Coach, obviously a tough way to end the season, but just talk about this season as a whole and just what you guys accomplished this year.
Yeah, the season on a whole, I mean, you go into it with some pretty high expectations, knowing that the people that you have with you, having 6 seniors, having all the experience that we had, we had really high hopes. And I feel like we've achieved, so many of the goals that the team set out. Any season that ends with setting a school record for wins and tying it, you can't look at it as anything other than a successful season. The moments that this team had with each other, from starting in Erie, Pennsylvania, and playing tough competition there, to a trip to Hawaii, memories that last a lifetime. And then the run we went on here in 2026, where we were, probably one of the better teams in the country, save for a couple nights against Grand Valley. And tonight, you can't look at that any other way as being a success. Seeing the way that these girls played together on a night in and night out basis, to seeing the way that they represented their community, seeing the way that, they just represented Ferris the entire time. You can't look at that as anything other than a successful season for us. It's a bitter disappointment today. It's obviously not the way that you want the season to end, not playing your best basketball. But the girls should have their heads held high. See if I can talk right now. All right, because they really represent their school very, very well.
You mentioned your 6 seniors. You guys, a couple years ago, made your first trip to the Final Four. Just talk about how they established as the foundation for Ferris State moving forward.
Yeah, and the accomplishments at the end, you'd say in the Final Four, and you look at like all the wins, and like that's like the legacy that the outside sees. But we talk a lot about what does it take to get to those moments, and it's all the behind the scenes stuff. It's how hard this group has worked when they're not in practice. It's the camaraderie that they have off the court. It's holding each other to those high standards. All of those things have made it possible, to achieve a lot of the things that this group has achieved. Because they really buy in to each other. They buy into what I am saying. So all the accomplishments, and I think this group will probably go down as the winningest senior class, in Ferris State history, probably the most accomplished senior class in Ferris State history. And it's a pretty long history of basketball played at our school. So the legacy that they leave, it's great with all the accomplishments, but more importantly, they're instilling those values in the younger kids, the kids that are coming up next and the future kids joining the program, that the standard is really well set of how we do things.
Yeah, for the players, obviously not the way that you wanted to end your season, but to accomplish the things that you guys did and in your senior seasons, what does that mean to you to be able to put a bow on this season for you?
I'll go first. I obviously got injured last year, and I was really, debating on starting the rest of my life or coming back, but even with how it ended, I wouldn't have wanted to do it any other way. Have my best friends for life, from past teammates to the teammates that I have now, and there's just never enough time. I wish I had more time with the girls that came in this year, but I'm so glad that I stayed, and I'm very proud of what we have done.
Yeah, I mean, she said it perfectly. You always wish for more time. I think Kate and I are always going to be wishing for more time, kind of as we move into this next phase of life. But I've said it before, and I'll always say, I just love celebrating these girls. They're so, so special, not even as players, but as people, I think, which makes this program so even more special. We're so successful on the court together, but I think that celebrating them off the court just means a little bit more also. So I'm so proud of them, and I'm so excited to see what they're all able to accomplish. And I'll always be in the stands watching and cheering them on. So.
Just one more thing for the players. Coach said, obviously, you guys are probably the most successful in terms of winning percentage senior class in Ferris State history. But what does it mean to you to be a Bulldog, to be able to come back to the gym in the future years and to wear that logo on your chest?
I think just what you just said right there, like wanting to come back to a program is like what being a Bulldog is all about. Like, you can never get enough. Like, you always want to be right in the middle of it. And so I think that speaks to how awesome this program is and how special this is, how special the people are, all the way from staff, coaches, players, trainers, anything like that. Like, they always make you want to come back, and they always make you feel like you're at home. So I think that kind of speaks true to what it means to be a Bulldog.
Yeah, we always talk about it at the beginning of the year, one of our goals being to leave a legacy, and I think we've definitely left that legacy on the court, but more importantly, we left it off the court, where we're still best friends with a bunch of our teammates who have graduated, and we still get together and hang out, and this group right here is such a close-knit group. I know they're going to be my best friends forever, and I can't wait to see what they accomplish in the future, because I know they're going to do great things.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for